What's up, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. We're testing FirstNet, powered by AT&T. I'm going to start with the Ookla app. We'll do a fast.com test also, and then we'll do an nPerf. We're going to run FirstNet through the whole shebang. Connected to a Chicago, Illinois server for whatever reason. We'll see this. This is FirstNet, iPhone 12 Pro, 5:05 p.m. We're going to start with LTE, and then we're going to do 5G. All right, so we got 38 millisecond ping, 2.5 millisecond jitter, 120 megabits down. It's pretty good capacity there. And then about 12 megabits on the up. All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and run this through the video test just to see how it holds up. And again, we're on 4G LTE. I'm going to switch it over to 5G in a second, and then we'll run it again. We'll run both tests. We'll run the actual speed test and then this video test, and see if there's anything different there. 5:06 in the PM, so we're in the early evening. It's running 1080p. You guys can do this test on your own if you use the Ookla app. It's got this option. It's kind of cool. It's kind of nice. See what your mobile provider gives you for video res playback. Now it's running the 4K test. It already did the HD and the Quad HD, so there it is. It'll give you up to 4K. No buffering. Load time 1600 milliseconds. All right, so this was all over LTE. Let's go ahead and do the fast.com on this LTE test. Should be good. I don't expect it to be any different than the Ookla. AT&T doesn't really restrict anything on FirstNet whatsoever. In fact, if you have certain types of access, you can get preemption and priority and all of that. So yeah, you'll see it's pretty good. They pretty much give you what you can get for video playback on AT&T and on any of their higher tier plans as well. All right, let's go ahead and run the nPerf test. And I know not everybody is a fan of nPerf. I think it's cool. It's just another app to test. I like it because it does download, upload, and latency speed, although the latencies are kind of skewed because they pick some really random servers. There's 141 on the down with an average of 95. Let's see what the uplink is here. 11 megabits on the max and then 10 on the down. I didn't even see the latency. Now it's going to run some browsing tests. Google, Facebook, Amazon, Zoom, and Wikipedia. You'll see we got the LTE technology, FirstNet, or cellular, and there's the times for each of those tests. And you'll see the performance ratings and percentages there to the right. I kind of like this app. I don't think it's ultra reliable and it's that meaningful, but it does show you kind of a different view and performance metrics for your provider. Now it's going to run the video resolution playback test, the streaming test. It'll do a test for 360, 720, and 1080. What you want to see is you want to see these percentages, these performance rates being higher. And you will see that the percentages drop with the more demanding video quality, as they do have to download more data. You'll see them there. And the initial loading times usually increase too. All right, so the 360p was at 95%, 91% for 720p. Man, that stuff goes fast. All right, there's your performance metric. So we got 141 down with 95 average, 11.5 up with a 10.7 average, 74 millisecond ping, 109 average, and a jitter of 46 milliseconds. I think it's relative to the server. It's just so far away. Browsing quality, 83% performance rating. Streaming, 92% performance rating. This may be the highest streaming score I think I've seen. And it may have something to do with the high priority of the network access. 89.016 for the nPerf score. So let's actually go ahead and let's run this in 5G. So I'm going to set this down, and I'm going to turn on the 5G setting. And I got to go into settings, go to cellular, and then choose the line. And you got to go to voice and data, and you are going to turn on, see how it's an LT? You're going to turn 5G on. And this is going to go ahead and probably put it into 5G DSS. I think it should. There it goes. All right, and we're going to run the same tests again. So let's put it through its paces and see if anything changes. So I'm not going to be too concerned about all the specific details. I'm just going to be looking for any anomalies or any kind of randomness as it's running 5G DSS. I mean, I don't know what to expect, honestly. I usually don't have the 5G on unless I'm in a 5G plus area, the millimeter wave. DSS just, you know, it's the same thing as LTE mostly, so we don't expect much to be different. You'll see the ping times are about the same, 38 milliseconds. Jitter at 3.3, 108 on the down, and between like 11 and 12 on the up here. Same server and everything, so not much change there. Let's go ahead and do the video test and see if we get any differences in the result. And you will see that we did. Go ahead and switch over into 5G. That's a pretty cool effect that they did for that. So it tested the lower res. Here it is running the 1080p test. Next, it's going to run the 4K test. Or no, Quad HD, and then it'll run the 4K test. And again, this is nice because it lets you know what type of video resolution playback your carrier allows you on your plan. And to the best of my knowledge, FirstNet doesn't have any restrictions on video at all. So 2160, 4K, no problem. Now you will see the load time is a lot better in 5G. That was way faster. I think it was 1600 milliseconds before. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and run the fast.com and let's see if we get any differences. We had a 94 as a base measure on the LTE, so we'll see if that's any different. All right, looks like it kind of hung there for a second. I don't expect it to be very different at all. I don't expect it to be that much higher or lower. And it's pretty much the same. I don't think there's much to see there. Let's go ahead and run it through the nPerf test. And we know what we got the last time. All right, so there's your scores. Just keep that in mind. Streaming 92, browsing 83, 141 by 11, and 74 millisecond latency with an 89.016 endpoint score. So let's go ahead and run the full test again. And let's see if there's any noticeable difference, as now we are on the 5G NSA technology for FirstNet on cellular. What in the world is going on there? Taking time to pick up speed here. Yeah, I don't really see much difference. I think those downloads are pretty similar. The upload looks lower for whatever reason. Now it's going to run those website tests. It's going to track the performance rating and then the time. Sorry for the airplane noise. We got the windows and doors open here. It's nice today. Got Wikipedia, got Zoom. That's a good test to put on there. Zoom, video call and video conferencing. Now it's going to do the video streams 360p, 720p, and 1080p. And we'll see how it performs and compare it to the 4G LTE. Okay, that looks pretty similar, I think. 360p at 94%. Now it's running 720p. That's at 90%. And then here's 1080p. And that one's at almost 91%. That's pretty good. All right, there you have it. We've got an 82% browsing and almost a 92% streaming. 117 down with an 88 average. 7 megabits up with a 5 megabit average. And then latency at 72 milliseconds with an average of 117. Jitter at 71 milliseconds. I don't know. It doesn't really notice. I don't really notice anything different. The endpoint score was pretty close. The browsing, the streaming, pretty close. Hey, there you have it. AT&T, well, I should say FirstNet powered by AT&T, nPerf, Ookla, and Fast.com testing. If you appreciated this testing, let me know by giving this video a like. Give it a thumbs up, and then share it to your socials. Appreciate that very much. Check out the links in the description box for all the things going on, like the Patreon page. I got my email address there, and then also the Twitter handle is there. And if it's your first time here and you enjoyed this video and want more from the SMT YouTube channel, subscribe, and then turn on bell notifications so you never miss an upload. Select all, and that's it. We'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.